Do you get small dizzy spells when you stand up? I'll explain exactly what's going on. One of the first potential causes for most people, unless they have a long-standing issue like a blood pressure issue or they have diabetes, for most people it's going to be something really simple: lack of water, dehydration. If you're not drinking enough water, it's very common that when you go from sitting to standing, you're going to maybe get a bit more of a lightheaded or a giddy feeling. You need to be drinking more water. There's lots of advice out there about how much water to drink. Some people say 8 cups. No idea how big a cup is. Some people say 2 liters, but a lot of people don't carry a big bottle. The real way, if you want to check it, is what's called the Galpin equation. The Galpin equation is going to be based on your weight, and then it's going to give you a better idea of how much water you should be drinking. One thing to remember is Galpin equation is usually going to be based on a more moderate climate. So if you are based like I am in Singapore, you need to add a bit more water on top, and it does not include for when you are exercising. Exercise is going to be on top of whatever your normal daily allowance should be. For most guys, if you're around, say, 75 kilos, women too, it's also going to be around 3 liters a day before exercise and plus more for hot temperatures. And so then the number 2 most common factor is going to be problems in the top parts of the neck, which are going to be altered when you're going from sitting to standing or even lying to sitting or lying to standing. If there is a problem happening in these top 2 joints up here, it can start to put more pressure on the nerves which are running through, which are located very close to the balance centers that we see in the upper spinal cord. And this area sits just next to the brainstem. That's where we have more of the cerebellar centers. If something is happening at this area and we have a change, whether it's in terms of our movement, in terms of even a slight change in blood pressure in the area, that can then start to lead to this momentary feeling of giddiness. So if you get this dizzy or giddy feeling when you go from sitting or lying to standing, and you don't have any underlying conditions such as blood pressure problems or other types of metabolic issues, then possibly it's going to be number 1, due to dehydration, so drinking more water. And number 2, there may be pressure in those top parts of those joints onto the nerves due to misalignments of the spine, and that may be interfering with the balance centers, which regulate that feeling to make sure you don't feel dizzy or giddy when you change in position. Comment sit down below to get more information and follow us for more tips like this.